Hey, Alberta. Hey, a bunch of separatist wackos.
The strategy to keep Canada together, it's so working out. Ladies and gents, welcome back to the channel. My name's Clyde. Let's get into this. Alberta has been on the path to separation for, we're looking at like a good 40 years anyway. But with the results of the past election being so far to the right in the western provinces and so far to the left in the eastern provinces, it's brought forward this whole separation movement to the forefront. And now the Alberta Prosperity Project is moving forward with a citizen-led initiative to actually separate from Canada, from the province of Alberta, to become its own territory, its own state, its own country apart from Canada. And of course, there's an effort to try to keep Canada together. And well, let's just say, I guess the analogy would be if your spouse was trying to leave you, how would you convince them to stay? Would you say how much you love them and how important they are to you? Or would you tell them that they're a bunch of needy ingrates and all this stuff? Well, we could just see from this. Now, famous singer-songwriter Jan Arden, you can see her here in her early years. She went from this to this, and then back to this. And I don't know about the course of 100 years or so. I don't know how old she is. She's ancient. But nonetheless, you may know who she is. You probably don't, but that's fine. That's okay. It's a Canadian thing to cherish washed up singer-songwriters that stay within the confines of the country. If you're part of the American audience, let me know in the comments. Have you heard who she is? Anything about her? Who knows? Jan Arden, of course, though, a Canadian famous singer-songwriter, winning many Canadian awards, which says what, is giving her 2 cents on the Alberta Separatist project, the attempt to leave Canada and become an independent state. Let's just listen to what she has to say.
Hey, Alberta. Hey, a bunch of separatist wackos. How you doing? Feeling good about yourselves? You're an embarrassment to this country. Everything you have, everything that you have enjoyed, cherished, and benefited from comes from being part of one of the greatest countries on the planet. You guys have your heads so far up your asses that you obviously can't see what you are. The way you are treating Indigenous people, the way you are treating your fellow citizens, your fellow Canadians, you guys are a bunch of creepy little Alberta will never separate from Canada. It's never going to happen because people like me are going to stand up, throw their shoulders back, and keep yelling and keep standing up for what I know is right. And what you guys are doing is
So she's now become the spokesperson for separation with that kind of attitude. Now, we've been seeing this all over the internet. This is seriously, I don't know what is going through the minds of the people that are spreading this kind of vitriol, but doing this actually helps the Alberta Separatist Project. This is the Alberta Prosperity Project is saying thank you very much, Jan Arden. At this point, you're sowing the seeds for Albertans to look at this and go, wait a second, that's not how things work here in Canada. There's transfer payments that are billions and billions of dollars that are paid out to the rest of Canada every year. Who's benefiting from this relationship? Obviously, the eastern provinces are benefiting largely from this whole scenario. And well, I guess watch me go would be the thing. So yeah, Jan Arden becoming quickly the spokesperson for this, but this isn't the only instance of this, and I could show hundreds, and maybe I'll go over some of this in the live stream tonight. Tune in at 6:30 Pacific time, that's 9:30 Eastern, where you'll see some of this. But here's one instance. Here's Sarah Elder saying, here's my ballot question for the Alberta separation. Do you want to be part of Canada? Then you need to give up all the benefits of being Canadian. Well, what are some of these benefits? If I was writing the Alberta separation referendum question, this is what it would be like. And you have to turn your head to read this, but do you agree to give up your Canadian pension plan? You know, the ones that Albertans have been largely paying into. I don't know how that would work. The Canadian passport, yeah, perhaps. Canadian money, well, that's an easy one. Just switch to the American dollar, you benefit immediately. What you don't want the Bank of Canada to manipulate your currency? Geez, guys, what do you're going to miss out on that one. Access to universal health care, universal health care that's provided by the province. I don't know where these people get their talking points from. Unrestricted travel within Canada. Yeah, maybe that's a thing, but I don't know if it's unrestricted. Whatever. There are visas for things like that. All protections guaranteed under the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. You mean those ones that were infringed on when a bunch of Albertans got in their trucks and went to Ottawa? And yeah, those ones, those protected guaranteed rights, perhaps the right to donate to a political cause and not have your bank account frozen for that. Okay, that's a pretty crappy document. So we've already established, Matt. Employment insurance, which is okay, that's a thing. Like as if Alberta couldn't afford that on their own. Old age and security domestic tuition fees at old age security and domestic tuition fees at Canadian universities in order for Alberta to separate from Canada? ? Yes or no. The last bit, I'm sure if you kept, if you didn't have to pay federal taxes at all, you'd probably do fine with your tuition. We'll just say that one as well. Now, Marty up north replying to this one, I thought was a great reply, saying, there are no benefits to being Canadian that are worth staying for. For me, once Alberta separates, Canada won't even be on my list of countries worth visiting. And for the record, if you don't give us our share of the CCP, the Canadian Pension Fund, or the Canadian Pension Plan, which we've contributed for decades, over-contributed, then you can keep your share of the debt, which we totally under-contributed to. So this is a situation where it's really become the people who are railing against the Alberta separatist movement at the moment are, unbeknownst to them, actually advocating for and becoming spokesmen or perhaps mascots for Alberta separation in its own right. But I'd love to hear what you guys have to say on this one. Are you from Alberta? Are you pro Alberta independence? Are you from outside of Alberta and you are pro independence? Or perhaps you're against it from either side. Are you in Alberta against it or outside of Alberta against it? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. We'll probably talk more about this in the live stream tonight at 6:30 Pacific time. That's 9:30 Eastern, where this will come up, I'm sure, because it's a community event on Fridays. So we'll be talking with the audience this time. So I'd love to bring this one up and talk more about it and hear your thoughts. We'll see you in the next one. Keep on trucking.